What's up, everybody? Welcome to the video. Yes, you see the title right. Today I'm going to be sharing how much money I make on Teepublic. I'm not going to share all of the income that I make. I will be sharing how much I make on my largest store. I'll be showing you screenshots. I'll be explaining how I made the money, basically the whole entire process behind that. Just forewarned is forearmed, just so you guys know. On the largest Teepublic store that I do have, I am partnered with somebody. They do all the work on there. I just show them what to do. So that's really how it works. Now, if you guys have never tried Teepublic before, I'll leave the link in the description box for you guys to go ahead and join Teepublic if you're interested. If you're interested in getting set up, if you're interested in getting started, join Teepublic. Start creating your designs on there. Start making money on that website. Like I said, I'll leave the link in the description. I'll also leave the link in the description for the Teepublic course. I'm just going to get this out of the way now so I don't have to mention it later. The course is a newer course, Teepublic course. It includes basically the tagging, the niche research, and the designing aspect. So this is going to be like a two-in-one kind of course. You guys can go through the website and read it. I'll leave this link in the description box down below. We are going to add a bonus into this course, and we are going to do updates. That is going to be coming out within the next week. That's why I'm going to keep the price right now at $29.99, which is a discounted price, versus the $39.99. Once the bonus is on there and the extra content that I want to add, the price is going to go up. All right, so it's not going to stay where it is. But I'll leave that link in the description as well. I don't want to talk about the course too much because I don't think the course is for everybody. I don't think everybody is going to be, fully invested into Teepublic. Obviously, there's other platforms, but it's going to be there if somebody wants to join. If you guys want to join, I'll leave the content up there. Inside the course, there's enough content. It's a members area, by the way. There's more than enough content. It's an hour and 10 minutes so far that's on the course. Enough content to not only get you started, but get you going. It has all the foundational aspects in there. All right, so let's go ahead and continue. So how much money I make on Teepublic. So let's break this down. So the very first month I joined Teepublic, I made over $1,000 on Teepublic. It was right over it. It must have been like $1,012 or something like that, or $1,095. I can't exactly remember, but it was like right over it. So to be clear, I want everybody to know that yes, Teepublic is my biggest profit generator compared to the effort that I put in, right? If we take the effort that I put into Zazzle versus what I put into Redbubble versus what I put into Cafe Press, what I put into Spreadshirt, I would say Teepublic by far, I don't know by far, but it significantly yields more profit. Now, I have a theory as to why that is, but I'm not really 100% sure, and I'll share with you my theory. So my theory is that maybe because there's much less competition, I would say about 10 times less than Redbubble, maybe even more, maybe even 20, 30 times, but yet it generates 1/3 of the traffic that Redbubble does. So just to give you guys for numbers, Teepublic generates about 8 million visits a month. Redbubble generates about 24 million a month, like on regular months. During like Christmas time, Teepublic will generate like 12, 13 million a month, maybe even 14. And during Christmas time, the end of the year, Q4, things like that, Redbubble will generate about 30 to 31, sometimes even 29 mil. And like I said, the traffic is about 10 times. Sometimes I think truthfully, I think more. But from what I've seen with the stats and things like that, about 10 times less. I think like 20 or 30 times less competition, but, maybe I'm wrong. And the reason why I could just say that is because if you type a certain keyword and you check how many designs show up on Redbubble, you go to Teepublic, and it's a completely different ballgame. So that's that. I'll leave that where it is. But I personally think the reason why it's so much easier to generate profit on Teepublic is because it's simply easier. Do people talk about it as much? No. It doesn't get as much attention, but definitely, it gets more traffic, though, for sure, than Zazzle, than, all those other sites, other than Redbubble, of course. Now, to be clear, also, it was easier to generate an income on Teepublic last year than this year, and this year than last year. I actually want to show you guys... excuse me, I have to rephrase that. I apologize. I'm going to restate that. It was easier to generate an income last year than this year. and it will be easier to generate an income this year than next year. So basically what I'm trying to say is the best time to start was yesterday, right? In terms of Teepublic, the next best day is today, right? So I just want to be clear. The earlier you move into things, whether it be KDP, whether it be Teepublic, whether it be building apps, selling apps, and I want to talk about so much stuff on this YouTube channel. I literally just do not have the time. Like, there's no way I could share everything. I want to show you guys how I make apps, how I make money off the apps, how I do all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, I'm just not there yet. There's just so much things that we need to do. And I'm not going to talk about something that I don't generate an income off of. So if it's something that's a mystery to me, I simply won't talk about it. Like, I'm starting to invest in crypto now, and small investments, nothing big, like a few $100s here, $1,000 here. For me, I'm not going to talk about that because I don't make money off of that yet. When I actually do well on that, then I'll talk about it. But there's so much stuff to talk about that I can't talk about everything, obviously. But with Teepublic, guys, you're looking at a website that it gets easier when you move in earlier, right? And I'm going to show you guys a little chart here. I want to show you guys this about Teepublic and the trends. So I compared Teepublic to Redbubble, I think like 2 years ago or maybe last year, and I compared the chart. Now, I don't know if you guys could see this. Let me try to zoom in. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this. Maybe I can zoom in and you guys can see this image. All right, so this is where Teepublic and Redbubble are right now, okay? Now, I want you to pay attention to something. The blue bar is Teepublic. The red bar is Redbubble. Teepublic is slowly going up, like really, really slowly. But Redbubble was in the exact same phase ever since its inception, right? Like, if you look here, this is the start for Redbubble. Slowly going up until it hit like a certain point here, and then it started shooting up much, much faster, right? My point here is that Teepublic right now is exactly where Redbubble was many years ago. We're talking 2013, right? August of 2013. That's where Teepublic is now. You have a chance to get in early, quote unquote early. A lot of the people that join Redbubble now, they all say, man, I wish I would have got in at 2015 or 2013 or 2012 when everybody was making money and it was so much easier, etc. Well, you have the chance to do that now because Teepublic is here live and well, able to make money, right? And I'm referring to the course page here. This is something I want to show on the course page. Basically, you have the chance to essentially go back in time. If you were able to access Redbubble back when it had that early mover advantage, Teepublic still has that. I remember Ty Lopez, he said, when you get into an early mover advantage, this was back when I was broke, he would say this, and I would listen to him, and I would be like, wow, what can I get in early on? Like, what out there exists that I can get in early on? And he would say, the first 7 years, everybody who gets in has the early mover advantage. The middle 7 years, you can get in and do well, but the last 7 years, like the third section of the last 7 years, that's when you're going to really, really struggle to make any kind of money. I think that we're still in the first 7-year period, not that I think, it's factual, for the Teepublic era. But the more you wait, essentially, the longer it takes. So, drum roll, please. Now I'm going to show you guys the largest store that I have on Teepublic, and I'll tell you what the deal is with that. So, you guys are seeing here the stats. What am I generating now? This is my largest store on Teepublic. Now, I don't do any work on the store. I haven't done any work on this store for a while now. I think ever since it hit like $1,300 in income, I stopped. What I did was I came up with a strategy. I said, okay, let me find somebody who's willing to do the work, and I'll make money off of it. I'll give them half because they're making nothing anyway, and they're going to work on it, and I'm going to teach them what they're supposed to do. So back when I first started Teepublic, about like a month and a half in, I figured, okay, let me go ahead and find somebody that I could teach to do this for me because I don't want to sit here and do it all day. So I found somebody, I taught them what to do, and I'm always talking to them, I'm always like kind of mentoring through the process. I say, fix this, do this, don't do this. I'm always refining on their skills, but this is where we're at currently. So next month's earnings for May, we're looking at $2,347.63. This month so far, we've earned $1,917.46. Total lifetime earned on the account, you're looking at $36,842.32, and the amount of items sold was 19,219. Now, I also have some theories of how well we did with this, but on my Redbubble stores, you guys may or may not know this, but on my Redbubble stores, because you can do this, by the way, the designs that you have on Redbubble, you can put on Teepublic. The only thing is you're going to have to worry about is the difference in the tagging and the niche selection, because there is a huge difference. It's completely two different platforms, so you can't expect them to do the same. In terms of the art can be the same. Like, if you have a piece of art on Redbubble, you want to put it on Teepublic, that's perfectly fine. Well, what I did was a skill, I wouldn't say skill, but it was like a little clever strategy that I did was I got my best sellers across all my stores on Redbubble, and I put that. This was at the time when I had about 7 stores on Redbubble, so we're talking a little bit back in the day. I took all those designs. We're talking hundreds of designs, and those were the very first designs I had put up on Teepublic. And I kind of did the research on the tagging, the niches, and things like that. That's what gave me, I feel, me personally, that catapult. Because I already knew, like, from a platform that is basically the cousin or the brother or sister to Redbubble, which is Teepublic, I already knew kind of like what works. So I just took those, slapped them on there, and the income started coming in. Now, don't get me wrong. I do think that, it's not that I think, I know for a fact that the way that I targeted the niches and the categories and the keywords played a huge part of it. But I think also the designs did play a huge part as well, because nobody just buys a design just because they see it. They have to actually like it. They have to genuinely like what they see. We're humans. We're visual creatures. At the end of the day, we all know what's attractive and what's not attractive, right? And nobody's going to buy something that they think on purpose is unattractive, right? That's just the fact of it, especially when you're talking about a t-shirt that instead of Walmart, you could go, you're paying a premium price for something online, which Teepublic is not as premium, but you get the point, right? So this is where I'm at now. And yes, I do have somebody running this store day to day, uploading every single day on this store, but we split the income. And if you really think about it, honestly, they have a good deal, because if you think about it, this store is going to generate $2,500 this month, maybe a little more, maybe a little less, and all they have to do is 50 designs a day. Those 50 designs, they're going to be taking half of that income. I'll be taking half, and it's perfectly fine. So that's how much the store generated. Now, just for you guys to know, I have a total of 5 stores. This is the biggest one. On the other 5 stores, I am looking for people that can run it. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm looking for them right now. I do want to beef them up a little bit. I think I don't know if I said this in the text here, but my goal is to get each store at 5,000 designs minimum before I move forward, right? And get people to work on them. And, it's a win-win process. Honestly, you guys could do the same thing. Where if the store is already generating a nice income, you bring somebody on board, you promise them half of the income, and they do the work, right? And you sit back and you don't have to work anymore. It's kind of like, I got this idea from the real estate deals. If you guys know Ben Mala, he did this deal with, I think at the time it was his videographer, where Ben Mala would put up all the money, he'd pay for everything, and for the real estate. And his videographer, I guess, he wanted to do an investment, but he didn't have the income. But what he did have is he had a lot of time, he had a lot of energy. So he was the one who was going to do the renovations. The videographer, he was the one who's going to do the renovations, and Ben would put up all the money. And the deal was when the property profits at the end, they would each take a cut of it. And that's kind of essentially what I did here. I'm not paying a salary for this individual. They're taking money out of the actual business, right? And that's essentially how it goes. And that's what's the nice thing about these cash cows businesses. Like, you do the work once, you get paid long term. That's kind of how it works. What did I say here? I stopped uploading. Oh, yeah. I think I already said this, but I stopped uploading to the store, which was store number 1, which this was it, roughly after it hit 1,300 in income. And it's either being, So it's either being maintained or going up in income. There's never been a time where I've had lower than that. Even on the lowest months, I don't think I've ever had lower than 1,300, other than the first few months of it starting. But that was it, or the first month, I think. The first month, I believe, I could be wrong, but the first month, I think it was like 1,000 something, very, very early, like very small thousands. Like we're talking 1,012, 1,095, something like that. And then the second month, we passed 1,300. So as soon as it passed 1,300, that's when I went out to find somebody. Here it says, what did I say here? Why has Teepublic been... Oh, yeah. So I wanted to talk about this as well. Why has Teepublic been easier than any other platform? Once again, I don't know guaranteed if it's easier than any other platform. Obviously, the traffic has something to do with it, right? Like when you have a platform that's generating a lot of traffic and there's less competition, that's an obvious advantage, right? There's nobody who could deny that. I also do think it was part of my strategy, like I said, to take the winning designs that I had on Redbubble and essentially post them on Teepublic. Yes, I did do the tag research. I did all that. I did not just copy and paste my tags from Redbubble that I had on Teepublic. I did not do that. I'm not going to copy and paste my Teepublic, my Redbubble tags, put them on Teepublic and expect them to win. They absolutely will not. That's not the strategy. That's not the deal. That's not the way how it goes. Now, that's also a downside to the individuals that do the automation. So you guys know the automation softwares, and anybody who uses this can agree. Yes, you are saving time. Yes, you are saving effort, significant effort. But with that time and effort that you're saving, it also comes with a cost. If you had manually uploaded each one and controlled for what tags go into each one versus doing, because the way these softwares work, and I'll just explain for those who don't know, in the world of print on demand, you have what are referred to as automation tools. And these automation tools can connect to multiple different platforms at once. And when they connect to these multiple different platforms at once, you could take one design and post it to like 6 different places at once, right? 6 different websites. The problem is that all these websites, yes, they go based on the same features, UI features like tags, titles, etc. The only thing is the tags are built differently, and tags are the main aspect to finding a design through search. And when I say search, I'm talking about the search engine within the website. I'm not talking about Google search engine, because Google search engine functions completely different, like the 2 different ball games. They're really not the same. So the tags, those are going to be essentially the keywords or the features to get you seen by your customers, right? If you're not seen, you're not going to be making money. Point blank, period. So what at least this is what I did was I started studying what made each platform different. Like how can I kind of understand what makes them different? And indeed, they are different in many ways. So Teepublic and Redbubble, even though they're owned by the same company, because of the way that they're structured, because of this approval process within Teepublic, the tag game is different. I can go into a competitive niche on Redbubble, and I could eventually succeed through paying my way up there. And I could elaborate on that, but I'm not going to right now because I'll just make a different video on it. But with Teepublic, I can use the exact same tags and never be seen because of certain competition, certain things like that. So the tags do make a difference. You do not want to use the same tags across the board. Very rarely will it be in a case where you'll have essentially one design with the same exact tags uploaded on all platforms, and it will do good on all platforms. Very rare does that actually happen. It might be optimized for one platform and do really, really well for one platform, but it will essentially flop on all the others. Yes, it might make a few dollars here and there, but nowhere near to the effect of the main platform that it's optimizing for. So I figured I'd say that. And so yes, no, I did not use the same tags across both sites. I just figured I'd say that. All right. Now, what's next here? Oh, yeah, so currently, I think I've said this, but currently I have a total of 5 Teepublic stores. One of them is being managed with a partner. The rest I have full ownership of. It says here, and this is what I have said, none of my newer 4 stores have over 4,000 designs. My goal personally is to produce all stores, make all of those 4 stores have over 5,000 designs. That's my personal goal. I'm not saying that I'm going to achieve it. this year because that's a lot. Redbubble is already pretty hectic on me. You guys know I've been committed, and I've said this already like literally 1,000 times, but for the people who are new to the channel, I figured I'd say it again. 2 months before 2022 came, I committed myself to posting every single day on Redbubble, 60 designs per day, which is the absolute maximum. I've been doing that literally every single day, and I'm becoming delirious. I'm halfway in to the year, and I'm becoming delirious, like I said. The energy is running low. I do not have as much time throughout the day, but like I said, no matter what, I'm doing this. No matter what. I don't care if... I mean, I don't know what but the point is I'm doing 60 designs every day. Unless, guys, put it this way, unless there's going to be a natural disaster where the power is going to be cut out, the 60 designs a day are going up. That's basically the point here, okay? And that's essentially what's happening. Now, hopefully, by the time next year comes, and I've spoken about this already, but I'm coming up with a game plan to hire individuals to run those Redbubble stores for me. Now, when they do run these Redbubble stores for me, I'm basically going to be scot-free when it comes to Redbubble. I'm not going to need to invest all this time, energy, and effort anymore. Or I could just simply leave those stores to the side, not even risk them, and then just have them create newer accounts and work under me for those newer accounts on Redbubble, where I wouldn't even have to create a single design, and that's kind of my goal, where I don't create a single design, for the future. They're just doing it for me. But for this year, as of 2022, I'm going to, stay a squire, keep working hard, and basically... wait for that graduation day, which is the last day of 2022, to be completely finished with posting 60 designs a day, every day for Redbubble. So, I'm grinding. I'm putting in that work. I hope you guys are too. Yeah, guys, I mean, at the end of the day, at least we can look back at 2022 and say, we put in the work that we needed to get done to move forward. And the people that didn't, unfortunately, are going to be stuck in the same exact position they were last year, the year before, and so on. But the people that moved forward and pushed through the pain, they're the ones who are going to reap the results. I mean, to the victor, rewards are the spoils. So, basically, I'm in it for the long haul. I'm almost done. The year's almost over. I'm just telling myself this because you guys got to remember, I started literally 2 months before the year was over. So if you think about it, I'm like basically 8 months into this this store, 60 designs a day, every day, this whole thing, plus doing everything else. For me, this is just like I don't even want to call it a side hustle, but it's like I would say like a side project. That's really what it is for me, a side little task that I've been working on. But that's really what it comes down to. So that's it. That's all I got to say. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. And if you guys want to see more Teepublic videos, let me know. Teepublic is a gold mine, like I said. I'll leave the link for you guys to join Teepublic as a website, like for you guys to start creating, in the link in the description. All right? I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Bye. See ya.